which has far-reaching implications for food safety. Equally impactful is his research on antagonistic bacterial species isolated from the native microflora of produce, which might be used as biocontrol agents to suppress spoilage or inhibit the growth of human pathogens. His pioneering work on enzyme systems responsible for pectin breakdown is of utmost importance and impact to deter produce spoilage and for the development of measures to control foodborne human pathogens. Hing was a prolific author of scientific papers, book chapters, and was a frequently invited presenter at international and national scientific meetings. His most recent work with localization of human pathogens on produce was featured on the cover of the Journal of Food Science in August 2010, just a few months ago. And later on, Dr. Mera will present a special framed cover to the family of that cover. This is a testimony of the highest quality and impact of his science. In recognition of his scientific accomplishments, he was recognized with numerous awards from the Agricultural Research Service, Federal Executive Association, and a number of scientific societies. His peers entrusted him with serving as an editor of the Journal of Food, Science, Agriculture, and Environment, and senior editor of the Journal of Plant Disease. But we also know and will always remember Hing as a wonderful person. He was low-key in his manner. His warm personality made him universally liked by his colleagues and all those who had fortune to knew him. Always eager to cooperate, easy to talk to, a great team member. He was very generous, helpful, and considerate of the other human beings. Dr. Brendan Nimera told me a story how Hing magnanimously insisted that Brendan be a lead scientist of their new projects instead of himself, despite the fact that Hing was more senior scientist than Brendan. But Hing also thought that this leadership opportunity is more important to Brendan for his professional growth. And he said to him, I have had a long career, longer career than you, and I already had this kind of opportunity, but you did not. So this one is for you to take. I hope that you all agree that there is so much that we all can learn from this story and from Hing. The world is a better place because of Dr. Hing Liao. It is better because his scientific discovery made our food safer to eat. The plants we grow are less prone to succumb to devastating diseases, and because he inspired and influenced many young scientists who continue and will continue, who continue now and will continue his work in the future. The world is also a better place because Dr. Liao, a noble person, inspired us all with his example, character, and deeds. So even though he is physically gone, his spirit will always live among us. Requesta in pace, rest in peace.
As Dr. Swetlik said, this year, the Journal of Food Science recognized the significance and innovation that Hing's work represented for food safety, produce safety, and for public health. I had the privilege of working with Hing, and I would just like to say that there is no finer person that any scientist could have shared time with. This is no consolation, but it is a commemoration of the quality of work that Hing did, the kind of scientist that he was, the kind of collaborator that he was, and the kind of man that he was.
Thank you very much, Dr. Swilly and Dr. I'm glad that we have this opportunity to hear from both of you about how much accomplishment that Jinxin has done in his professional career. As a humble person, Jinxin never mentioned to us about his accomplishment in his work. Now we are so glad that Jinxin has contributed to the food safety and all the effort in the USDA. We can all take in comfort how much USDA is doing to keep us all healthy. Thank you very much. Next scheduled speaker, Mrs. Alice Yang. He's a dear friend to Dr. Liao's family and has been working together for the betterment of Taiwanese American community. Unfortunately, Jinxin's passing is very, very upsetting to her. She is too upset and too emotional to make a speech herself. However, she wrote a short speech which I would like to present here. The title is In Memory of a Wonderful Man by Alice Yang. Dear Jinxin's beloved family, relatives, associates, and friends. Quote, knowing trees, I understand the meaning of patience. Knowing glass, I can appreciate persistence. Unquote. Wholeheartedly. Knowing Jinxin, I comprehend the great leadership. Leader brings people together. Jinxin brought us together and closer. Today, we gather here to celebrate Jinxin's life. His life cannot be measured by his age, by how much he has fulfilled. Jinxin devoted his life to love his family and to love others. Jinxin devoted his life to do things that give life more purpose and more meaning by serving his community. His steady, persistent contribution, his unremitting effort, and sincere passion are the great inspiration to us. We are all very lucky to have friends like Jinxin. He can, quote, talk the talk and walk the walk, unquote, with his dedication and diligent effort. His thought always follow through with action and led in being of excellence. I have known Jinxin for many years from his involvement in the Taiwanese American public affair in the summer of 2008, where I was working as a planning committee member, and he was the chair of the board director of 2009 Taiwanese American Conference at East Coast. I learned a great deal from him, and I knew much more about the person himself. Working with him, I cherished the greatness of leadership. Working with him, I appreciate the beauty of difference. Working with him, I learned kindness could be in words, in thinking, and in giving. Working with him, I was impressed with the powerfulness of unity. Working with him, it was pleasurable and rewarding for the 1.5 years we worked together. It cannot and will not take away our memories of Jinxin, laughter, talks, jokes, friendship, and his inspiration will always stay with us. We will always be remembered by every one of us for a very long time. Quote, some people come into our lives and quickly go. Some stay for a while and leave footprints on our hearts. And we are never, never the same, unquote, anonymous. Jinxin came to our lives and his inspiration will always stay with us. He has left his footprint on our hearts and we can never be the same. This is from Alice Yang. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Feng Tu Su. He is a longtime friend and a neighbor of Dr. Liao's family.
It's a great loss for our community and our society. In my 20 years of knowing Dr. Liao, he was a very successful man in every aspect. As first generation immigrant, we all have a very difficult to adjust to life here in the United States. While many people struggling with this adjustment, Dr. Liao has a very outstanding career doing research in USDA, as Dr. Swedi just mentioned. Outside of work, he was a very dedicated and inspiring person. Once he planned and chaired a conference for Taiwanese Americans. He got many hundreds of Taiwanese Americans gathered at Delaware University for a 4-day conference to discuss many social issues in our society, especially the issues related to Taiwanese Americans. In Greater Philadelphia area, he created the bylaw and set up the rule for our local Taiwanese community. In Abu Dhabi community, he played a major role in the scholarship program. He organized friends to play softball. He initiated to establish the KT Club and the library. He planned and led our local group of many Europe vacation. In addition to his contribution to our society and our community, he has a great personality of caring about his friend. He cares so much about his friend. It is too difficult to detail all events. Just to give you an example, once in a very